Welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime, and today's story comes from Action Comics 254, published in July 1959. Story by Otto Binder and art by Al Plastino. This one is called The Battle with Bizarro. Kryptonite rays kill you, but not harm Bizarro. Nothing can hurt Bizarro. I am a real Superman. He's right. No power on Earth can conquer that super creature. So this is not the first appearance of Bizarro. He was first created in Superboy comics. And so now we are getting his first appearance in Superman. Well, in Action Comics, but when he is the adult Superman. And although it was created by Professor Dalton, but Lex Luthor has stolen the technology and created his own duplicator ray. I'll place this diamond in front of the lens, turn on the duplicator ray, and it worked, boss. It created another diamond. We could do this over and over again and be rich. Wait, the new diamond is melting like ice. The duplicator ray failed. That's too bad, boss. Bad, that's good. So he wants an imperfect duplicate. And so he sends out a message saying that he's a professor who has created an antidote to protect Superman against kryptonite. And so Perry White sends Clark Kent out to, do a story on it. So he goes as Superman. And he just decides to give it a try. You are Professor Clyde. If you can really make me immune to kryptonite, I'll be indebted to you for life. So he allows himself to be bathed in the ray, and great Scott, it's my double. Correction, your imperfect double, Superman. And of course, you will never forget his name when you first encountered him in Smallville. It's Bizarro. So he tells Bizarro to fight Superman, and Bizarro says, no, me not do it. You not my master. And he basically just takes Luthor and his assistant off to jail. Well, looks like your scheme boomeranged on you, Luthor. So, meanwhile, Superman spots, well, I guess he's helping out, so the two of them are taking him back. But Superman spots a tidal wave about to hit a boat. Help, we'll be smashed. So he tells to Bizarro to take these two to prison as he moves the boat out of the path. Good work, Superman. You captured the notorious Luthor, eh? But once he sees Bizarro's face, great heavens, that's not Superman, but a monster in his form. I don't know. I feel like if this happened, I would just assume it was Superman, but somehow his appearance had changed rather than this is not Superman. I don't know. So Bizarro heads out. This is a different kind of Bizarro than, because first of all, he doesn't talk in like backwards reverse. Good is evil, good is evil and up is down or whatever. He's not doing that yet. But he's legitimately trying to do good. So he sees this plane that is on fire and helps them down. Use super breath to blow out burning engine. Bah, it's no use. They're afraid of me like last time. Eek, that awful face. It's a monster. I don't know. I feel like people are really rude. But unfortunately for Bizarro, he's still kind of clumsy. As he's flying around, he smashes into a smokestack. Meanwhile, Superman is finishing off this tidal wave, protecting this island. And they are attempting to kill Bizarro. Great Scott, that double of Superman is invulnerable, too. Our rocket bombs have no effect. Well, how do you know that's not actually Superman? They drop an atomic bomb on him. They wasting weapons. Me put a stop to this. Listen, you have to kill Bizarro. Me do job for you. Me go and try to destroy myself. All right, he broke one smokestack. All right, so anyway, Jimmy Olsen and Lois Lane are flying around in the flying newsroom, and they spot Bizarro. How do they know about Bizarro? Bizarro is trying to commit suicide, and Jimmy he's all gleeful. When she's upset that he's trying to take his own life, and he says, "Not really, Lois. How can a thing that isn't alive lose its life? He's made of unliving matter." How do you know that? It's just like a robot or a machine getting wrecked. But I wonder, will he succeed? Well, he really, really does seem to be sentient. Um, okay, so he can't kill himself because he's indestructible. And they take a photograph of Bizarro, and Lois Lane says, "I got that sensational shot, Jimmy. The prince will be ready in a few minutes." And Bizarro misunderstands what she's saying, says, "Who's that pretty girl? I think I remember her. Ah, me no, she Lois Lane, Superman's girlfriend." I'm assuming he knows that because as a duplicate, he has some memories taken from Superman. So I'm assuming that's how. So she says, "Oh, Jimmy, how wonderful, magnificent." And he thinks she's talking about him, that he's wonderful and magnificent and handsome. "La-di-da, Lois Lane, Lois love me happy, but too bashful. Face her now. Besides, me want think of gift for her." So Superman's done with the tidal wave, and he's going to go check on Bizarro. Bizarro grabs up Lois, but of course, his face, she does not like it, so she says, "It's Bizarro, but I don't want to hurt his feelings. I'll be kind to him." So she's actually the nicest of anyone. People are trying to kill him. "Nice of you to take me on a trip, Bizarro. Where are we going?" "To big surprise on island." So he built a house, but of course it's all a mess. Palace, that tumble down monstrosity, but Bizarro thinks it's beautiful. In his poor, confused mind, "I'll conceal my revulsion." And so he asks her to marry, and she finally says, "Oh, I can't pretend anymore, Bizarro. Sorry, but you must know the truth. Superman is the only man I could ever love." So he's crestfallen, but he has a plan. And he goes to the police station and steals the duplicator ray. "Oof, open fire, men." The chief forgot that Bizarro is invulnerable. The bullets will only ricochet off. Now, he says, "Luckily they use steel-jacketed bullets instead of lead, which is impervious to my rays." That seems to be very inconsistent. Sometimes his X-rays work on lead, and sometimes they don't. I don't think it makes any sense for his X-ray vision to not work on lead, but I get it that he can't look through lead, but that he can't melt lead doesn't make sense. So Bizarro uses the duplicator ray on himself. So it makes an imperfect Superman duplicate out of imperfect Bizarro. Now, this Bizarro, or whatever it is, new Bizarro, looks like Superman, but thinks like Bizarro. "Me new Bizarro handsome, you old Bizarro ugly." So Bizarro wants this new Bizarro to go and marry Lois. "You're back, Bizarro." "No, wait. Why, goodness, it's Superman." "Lois, darling, me want to marry you." "Oh, Superman, at last, at last." Lois, come on. "My happiest hour has come. My years of waiting for you are over." You're a reporter. You can't tell that he's talking like Bizarro. So Superman spots what's going on and decides he has to put a stop to it. But Bizarro has come up with a big old chunk of kryptonite. Gasp! Bizarro himself is immune to the kryptonite radiations. It must be because he is only an imperfect imitation of me. It's too big for me to melt it entirely with my X-ray vision, and I've become too weak to blow it away with my super breath. Helpless, can't move, trapped. You stay here, new romance of new Bizarro, and Lois Lane go on. And as Lois pledges herself to the Superman, naturally I'll marry the real Superman. My plan worked using new Bizarro in my place. What is Bizarro's plan? For the amazing answer, see the next issue of Action Comics. So there's going to be a lot more Bizarro stories coming up. And they're fun. So get ready for lots of Bizarro action because there are quite a few stories.